breakfast in order to keep your brain going. And so the milk that you poured on your cereal or a yogurt, those are great things to help boost your brain energy. So just like you must fill up your car when the low fuel light is on, when you wake up in the morning, your low fuel light is on. So you have to refuel your body so you can make it through the day. Now, admittedly, not everyone agrees that breakfast is important. Some people claim that eating breakfast makes them tired. Another group of people says that eating breakfast interferes with the body's cleansing process. And then there's people who don't eat breakfast because they just don't have the time. So I'm going to start off with Ori Hofmeckler. He says that breakfast makes the body tired. He claims that people are inherently nocturnal eaters. We prefer to eat at night, is what he says. And so the biggest meal of the day should actually be supper. And that by eating breakfast, because our body doesn't want to eat during the day, it wants to eat at night, that breakfast actually makes the body tired. Okay, I've told you about one person's view on breakfast and how it makes the body tired. Let me move on to a group of people that say breakfast interferes with the cleansing process. According to AbsoluteAcneInfo.com, the reason you feel sluggish when you wake up, I know I feel sluggish when I wake up, but they say it's because your body is going through a cleansing process, not because it needs fuel. So they say that when you eat breakfast, your body's having to then switch over to a digestive mode instead of the cleansing process. And they don't recommend that. In fact, they say skip your breakfast, don't eat breakfast, and that way your body has another 5 to 6 hours to cleanse itself. Okay, I've told you about a group who thinks breakfast is bad due to cleansing issues. Let me move on to people who don't eat breakfast because they just don't have the time. Captain James Michael, he doesn't eat breakfast because he doesn't have the time. He chooses to hit that snooze button to get a few extra minutes of sleep in the morning. So by the time he rolls out of bed, his time is spent getting dressed and looking good for the day. And then he adds, besides, breakfast just takes too much time to prepare. Well, I want to address these issues of breakfast making you tired, of the cleansing issue, and then just not having enough time because it takes too much time to prepare. First of all, breakfast doesn't make you tired, especially if you eat a healthy one. Healthy, that's very important. Get those good ingredients. And it doesn't make you tired. It gives you energy, like I let you know earlier. And you need that breakfast in order to make it through the day, that energy. And then your body has already had 8 hours to cleanse itself. And it's important to refuel your body with nutrients so you can have a good start to your day and keep on moving. And plus, according to registered nurse Joanne Hall, she says when you eat breakfast, it actually stimulates peristalsis. And peristalsis is the contraction of your gut, and it's moving that waste product along. And you know what happens then? I mean, that to me, that's cleansing. All right, and as for no time, who says breakfast has to take a lot of time? You know, you can eat a yogurt or with the whole grains, toast, pop this in the toaster, slap some jam on it. That doesn't take much time at all. Or if even you still think that takes too much time, dang, grab a granola bar and eat it on the run. So breakfast can take very little time to prepare, and yet you still get the benefits of that healthy breakfast. All right, as we come to a close, let me remind you why it's very important you eat a healthy breakfast every morning. People who eat a healthy breakfast maintain a healthy body weight. Much healthier body weight than those who don't. And then breakfasts that have the fiber and the whole grain, they help prevent unwanted health issues in your body. And breakfast also gives you that energy in order to start your day off right. All right, so everyone, do like Mom says and eat your breakfast. Thank you so much for coming this morning and listening. And I would love to take some questions now. Does anyone have some questions for me?
Actually, I was wondering, in your opinion, I know I like to exercise in the morning. Do you feel that it's important to eat breakfast before you exercise, or better to eat it afterwards?
Wow, I would think that's a great question. I'm like, man, because I would want to exercise first. I can just envision you're getting that food into your body, and then you're working, and I can picture getting cramps. But then again, that breakfast is giving you the energy you need. But I think first thing in the morning, you probably still have enough reserves in your body where you'll still have the energy to do that exercise, and then you can come and sit down and then replenish everything that you just got done using, and then you're good for the day. I can just see getting a side ache if you reversed that. That's a great question. I hadn't thought about that.
Thank you.
Thank you. So again, her question, I should have repeated that. Her question was, should I exercise in the morning before I eat breakfast or after I eat breakfast? Another question, anyone? You mean I did such a great job of lining everything out and giving you all that great information? No questions?
The only thing I had written here was the brain energy.
Yes.
Low fuel. Can you reiterate that again?
Sure. Okay, so her question is to expand on the low fuel of the brain energy. In fact, let me reference one of my references I have here. Let me make sure I give you the correct information about the brain fuel. It says on my notes that I got from the library that nutritionists explain that it's the brain's first shot of fuel for the day, the breakfast that they're referencing there. That our brains run on glucose or blood sugar, which is stored up overnight. And if we don't eat breakfast, then by mid-morning that sugar gets used up, and you can grow tired and irritable.
Thank you.
Does that
Yes.
give a little bit more information?
Yes.
All right, very good question. Yes?
Do you know why it makes you tired and irritable if you eat breakfast? Well, that's what they think, but if you eat breakfast, do you know why they think it makes them irritable?
You mean the one gentleman who said breakfast makes you tired?
Yeah.
Well, he's saying there's a certain system. Oh, again, her question was, one gentleman was saying breakfast makes you tired and irritable. Why does he say that? There's a certain system that works at night while we're sleeping, and it's the digestive system mostly. And then during the day, our bodies switch over to another type of system that's more active. And so he says that when you eat breakfast, you're triggering that system that's working at night instead of during the day, and so it throws off the body. And so that's why he says that breakfast should not be the biggest meal of the day. He says that supper should be the biggest meal of the day, because then at nighttime when your body can concentrate on digesting, it's digesting that big meal you had. Great question. Thank you so much. All right, well, thank you again so much for coming here and listening, and I hope you learned a thing or two or three. And you guys remember to eat your breakfast and then have a great day. Thank you.